I was in a hospital in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, waiting on Will Swinney to arrive. And man, little did I know. So I'm just telling you, man, it goes fast. I know everybody tells you that, and you've already had one child that you can relate to, but golly, it's just crazy. And I was in the middle of camp. We were like 3-a-days back in those days, and I remember I would come home late at night and have this little newborn baby, and just look at him and go, wow, this is like for real, you know. And here we are 21 years later. It's unbelievable. And John Simpson's birthday today as well, so I think John's 1 year older than Will, but so pretty cool.
My sisters.
It's your sister's birthday today too? Oh, nice.
Did you give them a break today, or do they have to go full speed?
No, we got after it. In fact, Will might have had his best practice ever today. We got a lot of guys kind of banged up. He had to work a couple different spots. And had a really good practice, but he's had a good camp. But today was just kind of like I hope, good and hot, and it's good for him to have a couple days to just rest, recover, and refuel a little bit, recharge. We were going 17 straight days with no break, so it was a good couple of days for everybody, staff too, just to kind of disengage for really about 36 hours. And so got back at it this morning. And, but dude, we got a bunch of guys that are just kind of just dinged up, still practicing, but I can just tell their bodies are at a point where, all right, we gotta start getting them back. So tomorrow will be mostly all game prep. Today was a combination of Clemson and some game prep stuff. Still had some good on good, and we got several guys back in the practice today that have been out, like BK and Jake and Balin and those guys. So good to see them back out here. But tomorrow will be pretty much all prep. And then Wednesday we start school, so winding it down. We get to go. We're gonna go out and play on the lake this afternoon. So it's always one of our team building exercises that we do every year. And appreciate all the folks up at the reserve that come together to help us have a great day. And, a lot of food and a lot of fun, and those guys get a chance to experience something new. We got 39 new guys, freshmen and true freshmen here, that'll get their first opportunity to kind of go see the beauty of this area around us and have some fun on the lake.
Did Foster practice today?
Foster, yep.
How big was it to get those guys back that have been out for a couple of weeks?
It's good. We've had just miscellaneous. We've had a couple, 2 or 3 different type injuries that have held guys out for short times, and some have been out longer than others. But getting DK, Jake, and Balin back today was big. Those have been hamstring guys, and so they moved around well, practiced all day. And then, Justin was out a couple days. He was back today. Blake. So we got several guys back, but still got a lot of sore bodies right now. And, we're playing in 10 days, so we'll start turning the page really fully to getting our plan ready, and then also getting their bodies, ready to go play and just kind of back with some spring in them.
How difficult was camp this year, considering you had an earlier game compared to other years?
It wasn't too difficult. We're a young team, so we had a couple different things from a practice standpoint, just because we got some youth, a little different than maybe last year. You had a really veteran team, and that probably could have played the first day of camp. So that was some little tweak here and there in the practice schedule, but as far as our process of getting ready, not much changed, and it's been good. The biggest difference is, I changed practice a little bit today, because normally when we're practicing on this day, we're 2 weeks, we're a week from Saturday, but we're in the game week here this week, so we've got just tweaked it just a little bit, but it's been good. Guys have, the way we take care of them, our weights and all the stuff that we do. We've got a good holistic plan in place, and like I said, we're, as most teams, a little beat up at this point in camp. But for the most part, I feel like, hopefully by Wednesday, Thursday, these guys will have a little more spring in their leg, and Fridays, we'll get in all game prep. Friday's kind of our mock game situation stuff, and then Saturday we're just in shorts, and then Sunday's kind of like a Monday to us. That's how we treat it. Start getting ready to play. So not a lot of contact left, and now it's about getting them fueled and ready.
I think you said that you were wanting to make we're thinking about making some red shirt decisions this past weekend. Did you?
Yeah. We got, first of all, everybody's going to play.
Right.
So that's the good news. The way it is today is everybody's going to play. We got 4 games to play with. We got a few guys that for sure that we're like, okay, these guys we're definitely going to be able to hold. And then we got several that I always say are on the bubble that right now are playing. Well, let's see if we can play 4 games and make a decision from there. And then we got some guys we know we're going to play. So, we're not going to get into all those names and how we've got it, but we've definitely made some decisions on that.
Coach, we saw a big change with Travis between his freshman and his sophomore year. Just physically, he was able to put on some muscle and break a lot of tackles. Have you seen a similar change with Linjay in that regard?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think Linjay is just light years ahead of where he was last year. Last year he was just lightning in a bottle. Look out, anything can happen. Sometimes it was good and sometimes it was bad, but it was just not all together with him last year from just a real understanding of the bigger picture. This year he's just a much more complete player. I mean, the game has slowed down for him. He understands not just what he's doing, but he has a much better understanding of why. Last year it was literally just, okay, I do this. He didn't really understand why as much, but he's just a much more knowledgeable player, and that has led to consistency and confidence. And then he's stronger. I mean, he's had a whole year in that weight room now, and man, you get in that off season with Joey Batson, and he just does such a phenomenal job with those guys, and because it's not like option for him to, it's just our culture here. I mean, you're going to put the work in, and he's put the work in, and that it showed. I mean, he's had an excellent camp. He's excited about his opportunity, and I think he's going to have a great year.
As you close out camp now, are you pleased with the progress the young guys have made? And did you see the leadership develop that you wanted to see develop?
I am. I mean, there's just only so much you can do. I wish I could say, boom, they're a junior. It just doesn't work. Just like you asked me about Travis Etienne. I mean, he was a good player as a freshman, but he's light years from where he was. And so there's only so far you can take guys, and now you gotta go play. And they gotta go play. They gotta get some game confidence, game experience, game adjustments. But I'm really pleased. First of all, I love the group. I think they're serious about it. I think it's important. Football's important to them. We got a lot of enthusiasm with those guys, and that's a huge thing. They don't mind being coached. The biggest thing though is they've got some self-awareness. I think a lot of times when you have a problem is when freshmen are in denial of where they are and what they got to do. But I don't think we got any of those guys that are in denial. They're all very self-aware of, okay, here's where I am, here's where I am, here's where I am, and woo, we all got a long way to go to be. Even the guys that we think right now are going to help us right away. An Ngata, who y'all have heard me say a lot of good things about. I mean, he's not anywhere near what he's going to be as a junior. So, but from a starting standpoint, as a freshman, I mean, he's one of those guys that's kind of up here, but he's still got a long way to go. But I think all of them are very self-aware of what they have to do to be better players, and I don't think anybody's in denial of, I should be the starter, and this guy's, they're all crazy here. I think there's a lot of self-awareness and trust and respect of the process that we got to go through, and that they have to go through to be ready to help the team win. And so good news is with the rule change, they're all going to have an opportunity to play, and I love that, again, because it keeps everybody engaged. And that's one of the worst things I always thought when a guy, when you just said, hey, you're not going to play, it just keeping them engaged was always a challenge. And but when a guy knows he's going to have a chance to play and you don't know when it is, it keeps him much more in tune week in and week out from a prep standpoint. And so I think from that standpoint it's good. And excited to see all those guys get opportunities, and then we'll see how the season goes and play it out from there.